Hi students! Today is going to be an interesting portion to our privilege module. Earlier this week we got to find out the definitions of privilege through text, through video, and through a graphic novel. You were able to identify the definition of privilege and come up with examples that relate to your lives. Today, we're going to be doing something different. You are going to identify ways on how privilege applies to you personally. Now, this is what you will do. As we get started, you will need two things. You will need a pencil and you will need a paper. Are you ready? Pause this video if you feel that you need more time in identifying those objects and continue when you are ready. Now, here are the rules. I will provide you with various scenarios. Each scenario has add 1 or subtract 1 next to it. Each scenario has a detailed version of what it is, and you will have to identify if it applies to you or not. Here is an example. Are you ready? 1. If you are right-handed, give yourself a point. 2. If English is your first language, give yourself a point. 3. If one or both of your parents have a college degree, give yourself a point. 4. If you rely or have relied primarily on public transportation, subtract a point. If you constantly feel unsafe walking alone at night, subtract a point. If you're able to move through the world without fear of sexual assault, add a point. If you often feel that your parents are too busy to spend time with you, add a point. If you were ever made fun of or bullied for something you could not change or was beyond your control, subtract a point. If your family has ever left your homeland or entered another country not of your own free will, subtract a point. If you would never think twice about calling the police when trouble occurs, add a point. If your family owns a computer, add a point. If you ever had to skip a meal or were hungry because there was not enough money to buy food, subtract a point. If you have a physically visible disability, subtract a point. If you were ever discouraged from an activity because of race, class, ethnicity, gender, disability, or sexual orientation, subtract a point. If you ever tried to change your appearance, mannerism, or behavior to fit in more, subtract a point. If you have ever been profiled by someone else using stereotypes, subtract a point. If you feel good about how your identity is portrayed by the media, add a point. If there was ever substance abuse in your household, subtract a point. If you come from a single-parent household, subtract a point. If you are ever uncomfortable about a joke related to your race, religion, ethnicity, gender, disability, or sexual orientation, but felt unsafe to confront the situation, subtract a point. Now, the final part of your task today. Tally up your points. Out of the 20 questions that were asked, how many points did you collect? Now, you're not going to bring it to class, but at the end of this presentation, a little questionnaire will pop up. I want you to put in your answer and your thoughts. Good luck, students.